Well, everything just hit the fan. We have 3 insane articles, some incredible rumors. Let's get right into it. Let's kick it off with G2. In preparation of NiKo's departure, the organization is currently in talks with Cloud9? According to sources, G2 wants Heavy God. Holy freak! Imagine starting the year with OG, then going to Cloud9, and then kicking off 2025 with G2. Yeah, going from Fiku, Kito, and Nexius to suddenly being teammates with Mobs and Monacy? That's a bit of an upgrade, don't you think? And really, Heavy's deserving of this tier 1 placement. I know, that's a hot take. But over the year, Heavy's actually improved on every team he's been on. On OG, he had a 1.01 LAN rating, and with Cloud9 against LAN, that bumped up to a 1.16 rating. But there's a huge asterisk. This was with Heavy playing only 3 events. Blast World Finals, he reached a 1.09. The Shanghai RMR, he topped out at a 1.32, which is godly, hence the name Heavy God. And the actual major, he turned in his worst performance, a 1.03 rating with an impact of a sub 1.00 with a 0.096, and an ADR of a 70.6 isn't really all that good. Still, we can make the argument this was his first major, so jitters might have been there. So really, I might be able to give a pass to him here. But topping all of that, Heavy is only 22 years young. And with how much better he's gotten in the past year, I think he could do well with G2. And he's going to be surrounded by insane talent. Monacy, Mobs, Hunter at Anchor, and Snacks the Living Legend. He can absolutely learn and improve here. There's just one problem. This is for NiKo. Yeah. Heavy is 5 years younger, but he's also a bit unproven. He can make a major, that's fair. NiKo can get you that and a whole lot more. Can Heavy win you trophies? That's the big question. But again, he hasn't signed yet. Just like Nerds at the time of recording, nothing is official. Talks can break down, and if that happens, then at least to G2? Well, I guess not, since he's in advanced talks with FaZe? Dang, that's insane. So overall, I'm sort of okay with this move. It's just really unexpected. Can this be a good move? Only time will tell. But speaking of possible moves, we got some crazy news dealing with Falcons, and it's not NiKo. According to sources, Falcons are in talks with Heroic over their trio? Damn! What the fuck? What in the actual fudge? Yeah, so remember when I said Heroic's gonna be fine in my last video? Heroic should be alright. Yeah, I don't think so anymore. Kixon, Deegster, and Tesses are on the block to go to Falcons? Who in the actual heck saw this coming? But believe it or not, Heroic are doing something insanely smart. Nerds potentially going to Team Liquid is going to bring in some cash. But this is going to cost an insane amount for the Falcons. Not just for Tessis, Deegster, and Kixon, but for Valve ranking points. This team went to the major and got into the playoffs. It doesn't matter that they got in by the skin of their teeth, they got in. So they can get Tessis, a crazy good player. A 1.08 rating and impact versus big events in 2024 is pretty darn good for your second fragger. Deegster this year's not been too bad, but in the last 5 events, he's been going mental. Just as long as you ignore that RMR run. And Kixon is one of the best rising IGLs in CS2. No joke, he could be Sui 2.0 in the near future. So this trio is no joke really good. And joining Falcons with Magisk and likely NiKo makes Falcons a potentially great team. But more than that, I want Heroic to take a long look at Falcons. Specifically their bench. Bro, go get Snappy, Madden, and Sun Pius. Who knows? Maybe even ask, hey, can we get Dupree again? Suddenly those players come in for free and you have that former Ents roster and shush, and out of nowhere, you have a full roster again. That can legit work. So Heroic get a massive cash flow going, Falcons finish their roster, Liquid get Nerds, and Heroic get 3 new players for free, possibly 4. So while Falcons get Heroic spots in future tournaments and have a potential star-studded team, Heroic might just have fleeced their way into a new roster with their own potential too. Jeez, what a crazy story. But it isn't official yet. But speaking of crazy, Virtus just finished their team in less than 24 hours of benching Norbert. And I called it. Kinda. Icy and Flamus have joined Virtus Pro. Flamus from Gaming Legion and Icy from Cloud9 are both super young with some crazy potential. At 20 years young for Flamus and 19 years old for Icy, both have played in their first major and looking dang good doing it too. Icy dominated with a 1.30 rating and a 1.45 impact, which is insanely good. But to be fair, he faced Liquid, Pain, Fnatic, and Complexity, so take that into consideration too. And Flamus, he had a great major too. A 1.0 rating and an impact of a 1.15 is quite good at the major. So now that Icy and Flamus are joining Virtus, there's one problem I have with this team. Stop having electronic IGL. Please. Seriously, turning the star player back into the IGL is the only thing I don't like with this team. You have two rising stars that you've just acquired. Lit and Fame can still do well together, but electronic IGLing just makes me bleh. And to top that, Cloud9 could now potentially lose 2 players. Icy confirmed joining Virtus and Heavy possibly joining G2. It's not looking great for Cloud9. And according to some sizable rumors on Twitter, it's not getting any better. Credit to all the tweets here, but Cloud9 might be disbanding outright. Axile, Inters, and Boomage could again be benched or be free agents. After all, Cloud9 hasn't won anything and has just been really disappointing this year. So what's going to happen to them? Well, the rumor is BetBoom. Axile and Boomage could actually join BetBoom and bring back some life for the former tier 1.5 team. I mean, look at this. It matches up so well. So that's the rumor mills and the crazy stories. Subscribe for more CS news as it happens. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. I'm out. Peace. Craziest news day ever. If Falcons actually do that, holy freak.